The following is a presentation of WCMP Sports, local sports.
That's the 25 to the 20 to the 15. He's going to high step into the end zone. Touchdown!
Here, wide receivers split each side.
He's still going into the end zone.
East Central Minnesota, CMP action starts now. To bring you the call, here's Ethan Game Day Gilman.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome inside Pine City High School for this evening's, or afternoon's, this afternoon. It's only about 1:30, so it is an afternoon game here at Pine City High School. I, of course, am Ethan Game Day Gilman. Going to be here bringing you all the action from this boys basketball game at Pine City High School as they have welcomed in the Duluth Marshall Hilltoppers to join them this afternoon for this fine game. If you decided not to get out on the roads, I would say that's a good idea. As I was coming in, we were getting that freezing rain, and the roads were getting a little bit icy. Even getting out of the car, it was like, ooh, it's a little bit slickery out there. So if you're driving right now, listening on the radio, thanks for tuning in, first of all. And second of all, drive careful, please. Just remember to take extra time today. Don't be rushing. Remember, it takes extra time to stop, and any little slip up can be super hazardous. So be sure to take extra time out if you're driving this afternoon. But here in this one, we've got the Hilltoppers of Duluth Marshall and your Pine City Dragons going at it in this boys basketball game this afternoon. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to see if Pine City can get back on the winning side of things after having dropped two straight to both Mora and then Rush City in a lower scoring affair. As we get set for this one, taking a look at both of these teams here coming into this afternoon's game, starting with the visiting Duluth Marshall Hilltoppers. They are 1-2 as they play out of Section 7 AA. They're 1-2 through 3 games. They're 1-0 in section play, though. Their offense scoring about 57 points per game. Defense gives up 66 points per game. As we click and go to what their schedule has looked like up to this point, they won their first game over Two Harbors 80-61, but then since it has been 2 losses against Nevis and Cherry. Now, those are very good teams. Those are 2 teams last year who were at the state tournament. Of course, Cherry, last year's state champion. So you've got 2 teams that they played against that were top tier last year and will probably be top tier once again this year. If we go ahead and take a look at Nevis on the year, they're 2-0, so maybe not too much of a good look at what Nevis could be, but again, they're going to be a very good team once again. And then you've got Cherry. Cherry is one of the favorites out of Class Single A to once again not only win that section that they're in, but also get back to the state tournament. They've already played 6 games themselves. They had 4 in a matter of, 5 days it looks like, maybe 6. So they had a really a tough start to the season just because of how many games they played so close together. But they won 4 in a row, and then they've since won 2. Their margin of victory is just ridiculous right now. I mean, looking at it, it's about over 20 points at this point of the season for Cherry, and I can't wait to see what that team is going to look like. But in our game, it is Duluth Marshall and Pine City, and as we mentioned before, Duluth Marshall's 1-2 on the season. They won their first game, but then have lost 2 since. So both teams coming into tonight having lost 2 games. That'll be interesting to see how that plays out this evening. Looking at this game, Duluth Marshall, yes, they're 1-2, but they have lost to 2 state tournament teams from last year who are probably going to be possibly state tournament teams again this year. I mean, obviously we'll have to wait and see, but if I were a bet man, we've got to see what Bram and East Central do because they play in Nevis' section. So got to see what they do because I think those are the 2 teams that could knock off Nevis to get them out of the way to get to the state tournament. And I think right now in Class A for our local teams, it's Bram and East Central. Those are the 2 favorites to try and knock them off to get to the state tournament. So we'll have to wait and see, but there's a lot going on, in the basketball world of things, and I'm very interested to see how this one plays out. Again, trying to keep you up to date with all of our local teams as we do so often. But, yeah, Duluth Marshall, if you were looking at this game, I think on paper it looks a lot more even. I think, though, whether you're a fan of either team, I think Marshall does come in with a better resume just because they did win their first game, but that's not why they come in with a better resume. They come in with a better resume because their 2 games that they lost were against state tournament teams who, again, are favorites to go back this year. But they lost to those 2 teams by 14 to Nevis and then nearly 30. Actually, it was 31 to Cherry, but Cherry is just so dominant, so that really isn't too surprising. So I think Duluth Marshall comes in maybe as a little bit more of a favorite than Pine City just because of their resume at this point, the teams that they've played, and the talent that they have seen. And it looks like they've got some talent themselves. But I think maybe on looking just paper-wise, Marshall may be favored a little bit more. But then you look at what Pine City has done, what they've done from last year to this year. It is a huge improvement. Now, unfortunately for Pine City, they are 2-2, but that's not the unfortunate part. The unfortunate part is they're 0-2 in the section already. They played Rush City and Mora, who are in their section, and that's where the unfortunate part comes in. But they are still one of the higher scoring offenses, as they scored nearly about 70 points per game. And their defense, though, their defense is one of the top in the section, allowing under 50 points per game. There are, 3 better? In fact, there's one that they're tied with. So there's only 2 teams that are better in the section at giving up points per game. Other than that, Pine City is a top 3 team in giving up points per game. So I'm really excited to see how this one plays out because I think Pine City, again, on paper you might say, well, Duluth Marshall might be a little bit more favored because of the teams they face because of their resume. But I think Pine City they might be okay with being the underdog, but I don't think Pine City should be looked at as the underdog because the Dragons are much improved from last year. Their defense is one of the top in their section, and that's for a reason. So I do believe that Pine City is going to – I think this is one of those games where, in talking with Coach Allen, he said, we're going to win some games people didn't expect us to. I think this might be one of those games. Duluth Marshall, a little bit of a bigger school. They've got some they don't have a football program. They do have hockey, but so a lot of kids are able to kind of focus more or less on the winter sports like basketball and hockey more than Pine City may be able to. So they got a good chunk of players on this basketball team who played for the football team. So I think for Pine City, I'm expecting a close game. I think we might be in for more or less of a shootout, maybe more of an offensive performance here from these 2 teams, but don't be surprised if this is one where Pine City comes out, it uses that home court advantage, and maybe even runs away with it a little bit. I'm not saying we're going to see a blow-up by any stretch of the imagination, but if there's a team that is looking for a big win and possibly even an upset, I would look at Pine City. Again, I don't personally think that Pine City should be less or more favored. I just think that Pine City is a lot better than what maybe it looks like on paper, according to Duluth Marshall. But this is going to be a good game nonetheless between these 2 teams here this afternoon. Of course, I'm Ethan Game Day Gillen, bringing you the action here on 106.5 FM, AM 1350. We're going to get a commercial break to hear a word from our fine sponsors. Then when we come back, we'll get more on this game here at Pine City High School. You're listening to boys basketball on Anthem Country WCMP.
Your local radio. Your local radio. Vikings football is WCMP.
Breaks another of the 30 and is loose.
Your favorite hometown team with your favorite players.
Caught by Jefferson.
Don't miss the hits, the action.
Touchdown Vikings.
Catch the excitement all season long.
And he caught it.
Minnesota Vikings football is on Cool Country 100.9
WCMP.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare, information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Go online to pine.edu for more information. Pine Technical and Community College, connect with success.
Brad here from Lee's Pro Shop in Pine City. We're a full-service lettering shop with a full line of athletic supplies for any sport. We have professional staff here at Lee's Pro Shop to customize your orders. We are the pros who specialize in athletic apparel and equipment. We even do trophies and awards as well as computerized engraving in the store. Let Lee's Pro Shop help you with any athletic apparel. Lee's Pro Shop, servicing our communities since 1973, where the passion for sports begins.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
We're back here on Anthem Country Game Day Gilman, bringing you the action from today's game between the Duluth Marshall Hilltoppers and the Pine City Dragons. I'm excited. I'm hoping that Pine City can't get back on the winning side of things, get their third win of the season, and get into next week and wrap up the week. Next week, they wrap up the week of play, and then kind of before Christmas break at the Target Center. They get to play Lakes International Language Academy next Friday down at the Target Center, and we will be there for that one. That's going to be a fun one to be a part of. So, but we are just about set to get started here in this one. Looks like Marshall's back out onto the court. Pine City should soon follow. And when that does happen, once they do get back out onto the court, we're going to be set and ready to go for our national anthem, and then we'll get our starting lineups. But first, we're going to go back, take another time to hear word from our fine sponsors. When we return, we'll have your starting lineups here on WCMP.
Dale's Heating and Appliance. Dale's Heating and Appliance expert is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
Whoa! They've got what you need at the Pine City Freeway Holiday Station Store. Right now, load up on deals like Heggy's Pizza, 2 for $16 with a new breakfast pizza available. Starbucks Frappuccinos are 2 for $7. Buy a fountain drink and get a Reese's King Size for only $2. And fill your propane tanks for $3.99 a gallon. Get ready for hunting and frying that turkey 24/7, 365. They've got what you need at the Freeway Holiday Station Store in Pine City.
Need reliable energy? Burnett Dairy Cooperative has you covered with top quality propane services. Whether you're heating your home, running your business, or firing up the grill, our propane is safe, efficient, and always dependable. Choose Burnett Dairy Cooperative Propane, your trusted partner for all things energy. Stay warm, stay powered, stay local.
Pine Insurance Agency and Grinnell Mutual are dedicated to a season of cheer. We wish you a very happy holiday season and the joy of spending time with family and friends. It is our gift to serve you, now and in the future. Celebrate this holiday season and trust in tomorrow. Contact Pine Insurance Agency, your local Grinnell Mutual agent, at pineagency.us today, or call 320-629-2515 for all your insurance needs. Trust in Tomorrow is a registered trademark of Grinnell Mutual Reinsurance Company.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at embracemn.com. That's embracemn.com.
A Lennox air source heat pump is a high-efficiency air conditioning unit that can also heat your home or business during the spring and fall. It's more economical than heating with propane. Have Dale's Heating and Appliance install your Lennox air source heat pump. Ask Dale's how you can receive up to $1,000 in rebates for your air source heat pump system. And ductless mini splits also qualify for up to $1,000. Visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. Conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Arrowhead Transit, your community, your ride. Arrowhead Transit is proud to support this station and bring you reliable public transportation in your community. Whether you need to get to work, school, or the doctor's office, our friendly drivers and comfortable buses are here to serve you. We're committed to connecting communities and making transportation accessible for everyone. Arrowhead Transit is your community partner in getting around. Arrowhead Transit is a supporting sponsor of the station and is dedicated to supporting our local communities.
Yeah, we want to give a huge shout out to them and all of our fine sponsors who sponsor this and every other broadcast that we do here, whether it's on this channel or on 100.9 or even on 95.5 FM KBEK. We thank all of our fine sponsors. We are just about set for tip-off here in this one, and we're getting ready for our starting lineups. But first, we're going to get our Junior Dragons. So our Junior Dragons get to walk through the lineup there for Pine City, and now we'll get our starting lineups for the Duluth Marshall Hilltoppers. It will be Aiden Westerber wearing number 2 for Duluth Marshall. Then it will be number 5, Ricardo Marcel. Number 12, Brooks Johnson. Number 20, Hank Kettlehut. And number 42, Josh Johnson. They are head coached. Oh, I thought I had it. I do not have their head coach, apparently. Maybe I do. This is a sign of a really good broadcasters when they don't know anything. Camden Berger, or Berger, for Hilltoppers is their head coach. On the other side for the Pine City Dragons, starting for them, it'll be number 1, Sawyer McDaniel. Number 4, Charlie Osmus. Number 12, A.J. Austinson. Number 31, Daniel Milliman. And number 33, Austin Wiener. They are, of course, head coached by Kyle Allen. The Marshall Hilltoppers wearing their white away uniforms, the black letters, the black numbers outlined in the yellow. They've got 2 stripes on their shorts and jersey. The jersey stripe is on the side with the black thicker stripe and then the yellow thinner stripe. The shorts have the stripes on the back of them, the black thicker stripe and then the yellow thinner, a little bit longer stripe. Dragons, of course, wearing their green home uniforms, the white stripe down the side of the jersey and shorts outlined in black, and the white letters and numbers outlined in the black as well. I'd say we get their final words of encouragement in that huddle. Again, I want to thank you all for tuning in here this evening, or afternoon rather. Brooks Johnson, the tallest player on the court here tonight for both squads, but he is 6'6", wearing that number 12. So obviously he's gonna be at center court. But Austin Wiener, you know what? Brooks Johnson is listed at 6'6". Austin Wiener might be 6'6", 6'5". I don't know. Austin Wiener almost looks like he's a hair taller. Well, either way, we're set for tip, and it will be won by the Hilltoppers. Marcel has it. He gives it over to Kettlehut, and it's stolen away early here by McDaniel. On the far side with it, now near side, and far side again, now to Osmus. McDaniel will drive inside, gives it back out to Milliman. Milliman will go near side corner for 3 Osmus. That's going to come up well short. Rebounded by Milliman. Top of the key, Charlie Osmus. A redo, shot no good. Rebounded there by Marcel. Johnson will take it up the court for, that's Brooks Johnson. A long two as well off the mark. No good, and A.J. Austinson there for the rebound. Gives it near side, Charlie Osmus. Osmus guarded well, so he'll bring it to the top of the key. Now give it far side to Austinson. Austinson head fake, driving inside, gives it near side corner for Austin Wiener for three. It's off the mark, a little bit long, and picked up by the Hilltoppers, Josh Johnson. I don't know if Josh Johnson and Brooks Johnson are related. They could be, but again, Johnson, very common name as well. So, like they say in broadcasting, you can always say like a Johnson or an Anderson, and you'd probably be right. Marcel left all alone on that far side for three, and can't do that. And he nails it for the Hilltoppers. Austinson driving in, gives it to McDaniel. Now to Wiener. Wiener just inside the perimeter, trying to drive in and bully his way inside. Turnaround jumper is just off the mark. Rebounded by Brooks Johnson, and he'll bring it forward. Trying to get through the defenders. Austin Wiener's there. Brooks Johnson, he wants the whistle, but that's just good defense. He can't complain about good defense. Austinson shot no good. Wiener with the rebound, can't get it to fall. And Brooks Johnson, he did not go up the court. He just stayed back and slams it home. Didn't give any hustle on that last play. He just stayed back. That's interesting. Austinson will bring it forward. Now gives it over to McDaniel. Wide open at the top of the key, but that's off the mark. A line drive shot. Milliman coming out of a cannon to try and make that rebound. Tips it away from the defender, but it is going to stay with the Hilltoppers. Marcel with it on the far side for Duluth Marshall. Gives it near side, now back to Marcel. Gives it near side to Westerberg, left alone for three, and that's off the mark. Wiener is there for the rebound. Austinson has it, going to drive inside, gives it near side. Wiener for three, it's going to be off the mark again, and they're going to say it touched, yeah. It was close, and I think it just by just by a hair touched the shot clock, so it will be, that is technically out of bounds. So Brooks Johnson wanted to tell the ref something, and not sure what was said. Doesn't really matter. A nice short two there, and that is going to be nearly rebounded. It was, but then stolen away by McDaniel. Rebounded by Brooks Johnson, and then given back. Now given back to the Hilltoppers on a travel call from Wiener. Yeah, right now, Pine City kind of shooting themselves in the foot early on. Defensively, they've done a pretty good job. Offensively, they've done a good job getting some open looks, but just haven't been able to get those shots to fall yet. This one almost knocked out of bounds. Instead, it's stolen away by Austinson. Austinson, top of the key. It's good! A three from Austinson will get the Dragons on the board. They go quickly down the court, though, and they leave kind of Josh Johnson down there. So looks like Duluth Marshall's kind of okay with having one of their guys just kind of stay back behind the play, but that time it works out because they found Josh Johnson underneath the basket for two. He had to take about 2 steps to get to the basket. Osmus will give it to Wiener. Wiener near side corner. They have left him alone from that spot, and unfortunately he just has not been able to hit it from there. I tell you what, once he starts hitting it, good luck. Brooks Johnson inside. Great defense by Wiener, but that time he did a little too much, and he'll get called for the foul. That's good defense, though, from Austin Wiener. Just a little too much contact there. He will shoot 2. Looks like we'll get 3 subs in after this shot. It's good from Brooks Johnson. Grant Sklazacik and Larson check in, as well as Eli Fromm. Both are good from Brooks Johnson. And the Dragons will have it back. Austinson has it on the far side, looks for a screen from Fromm, but the defense works its way through the screen. Austinson lost the ball, got it back, lost it again, trying to get it off to Sklazacik. He does. Eli Fromm now has it. Austinson will get it back and kind of calm things down. Nice head fake. Oh, he's left alone underneath the basket. Brooks Johnson didn't even see him. Austinson with a great move to get that ball inside, and the defense just wasn't even aware that he was there. Kettle Hood has it. Marcel now over the defender. Oh, that was a good look from 3, but Fromm gets the rebound. Yeah, Fromm, if he gets his hand on the ball, he's going to get the rebound. Almost a foul, though, there they got on Kettle Hood. He went over, and Austinson traveled with it. He picked up his foot after he picked up his dribble, unfortunately, and he's frustrated with himself. And he's not pleased with the call, but that's a travel call. You can be not pleased with the call, but yeah, unfortunately it is a travel. Kettle Hood inside, good pass, and got that one to fall. But now you just gotta forget about that one and get back here and try and get back on the board. Austinson looking for a screen from Sklozacic, and he'll give it back to Sklozacic. That pass just a little out in front, but Sklozacic does a good job to go get it. Austinson looking for, once again, a screen. Defense does a good job to get around it. Austinson on the elbow near side. Another screen from Sklozacic. Austinson thought about giving it back to Sklozacic. Now he does. Sklozacic, no good. Rebounded there by Josh Johnson. And now Hilltoppers bring it with Westerber. Far side to Marcel. Inside Josh Johnson. They want to go to Brooks Johnson inside, and nearly blocked by Larson, but it is dropped in for 2 by Brooks Johnson. Again, big body inside, and they're looking to kind of execute that matchup. Grant Larson from 3 is good. Absolutely delivers on that shot, does Grant Larson. Yeah, for Pine City, if you leave them alone, you're going to give them a second to think, and more times than not, they're going to make them fall. Far side pass over to Westerber for 3, no good, and Sawyer McDaniel grabs the rebound. Lets the defense get around, gets the offense set, and then a little bit of a unfortunate pass, but it is tipped. It's green ball. It was tipped out of bounds by Marshall, and Pine City didn't even realize that it was their ball. Inbound here to McDaniel. McDaniel going around the defense has Eli Fromm wide open for 3, just off the mark, and it goes right to Westerber for the rebound. He'll take it up the court. He falls, and yeah, they're going to get him for the charge. Good call there. Westerber doesn't like it, but that's the correct call. Defender was set. It's a good call. Eli Fromm looks like he's coming back to the bench, maybe a little gingerly. Hopefully he's all right. And now we're going to get a substitution. Samuel Johnson will check into the game for Pine City, wearing number 20. Grant Larson bringing it up the court for the Dragons. They trail 13-8. Nice spin move by Larson. He get by the defender. He loses the ball, though. Now gives it to, that's number 0 inside. Jace Peterson drops it in for 2. Jace Peterson, he is a tough young man, and that shot no good by Marshall. It's rebounded by Jace Peterson. He plays aggressively and very tough. He passed it to Wiener here in the near side corner. Brooks Johnson gave him a little bit of room to shoot. Shot's no good. It's Jace Peterson there for the rebound. His shot's no good. Samuel Johnson's going to get the rebound. But it's going to be picked up and taken by Kettle Hut on the steal. And nearly Brooks Johnson, fadeaway shot. That's no good. Jace Peterson there for the rebound. Bringing up the court here, Grant Larson. He gets around the defenders. Bounce pass to Samuel Johnson, far side corner. It's no good. And rebounded by Marcel. He got the lane. He got around Johnson, and it's by him. It's knocked out of bounds, and it will stay with Marshall. Marcel wants a foul call, but I thought he got all ball, and the referee agrees there. But he, again, you know what I love to see from these basketball players is even if they disagree with the call, even if they're pretty adamant, like, hey, that should be a foul, they are so quick to forget about it and move on to the next play. I love seeing that. It doesn't matter who it is. You just love to see it. This ball nearly stolen away by Pine City, but taken back by Marshall. That was number 3, Brody Carlson, who nearly lost it, but picked it back up for the Marshall Hilltoppers. Marcel for 3, far side. It's no good. Going to get a whistle. I think this is going to be on Duluth Marshall. It will be. They're going to get Johnson, Brooks Johnson, for the foul. His second, or his first, pardon me, team's second. Grant Larson brings it forward. Trying to get around the defender. Gives it back out to Grant Sklizacek for three. Just off the mark, and Brooks Johnson will get the rebound. He has shown how strong he can be and takes it inside. Shot is no good. Austin Weiner with the rebound. Brooks Johnson doesn't like something. And, well, now Jace Peterson the other side. That shot's no good. Rebounded there by Samuel Johnson. A long three from Austin Weiner is going to be no good. And we're going to get a foul here on Jace Peterson. So Jace Peterson will pick up his first, team second. Get a big sub here for Pine City. I think 4 out of the 5 they'll sub. And now we get a timeout called. Timeout called, 13-10, Dragons trail the Hilltoppers at this moment. It's going to be a full timeout by Duluth Marshall. While they take a timeout, we'll take one as well. You're listening to boys basketball here on WC.
106.5 106.50 AM is your home for Packers football.
It will be Green Bay football. Crowd was roaring.
Get all the action every game, every game.
There he goes. 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. He leaped into the end zone. Touchdown.
The hits, the touchdowns, the Lambeau leaps. Live Packers action every game.
There is your dagger.
Catch every game locally. 106.5 FM or 1350 AM. WCMP.
At Burnett Dairy Cooperative, we're more than just your local dairy. We're also a trusted propane provider, serving homes, farms, and businesses across northwestern Wisconsin and east central Minnesota. Whether you need a tank installed or reliable delivery, we're here for you 365 days a year with flexible options that fit your needs. As a farmer-owned cooperative, we're committed to supporting our community because your home and farm deserve the best. Call 715-689-1032 to learn more. Burnett Dairy Propane, serving you with pride every day of the year.
Hilltoppers will bring it forward after the Jace Peterson foul. Marcel has it far side, gives it to Carlson. Carlson, almost traveled, did a good job to get it away before the travel. Shot is no good from Marcel, going to be rebounded by Westerber. Now to Marcel in the far side corner. Trying to drive baseline, gives it back. Shot no good there, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds. It will stay with Marshall after Weiner. Weiner had his hands up, and I don't even think he knew he touched it, honestly. There was a ton of contact inside. So Westerber will inbound here to Carlson. That's Brody Carlson. Trying to go to Brooks Johnson. Shot is up. They get the and one. They'll get it on Milliman, the foul, and it will be his first, team's third. So Brooks Johnson at the line for a possible three-point play. Should be 15-10. And that one's good. Three-point play there from Brooks Johnson after the made free throw. A.J. Austinson with it, gives it to McDaniel. McDaniel head fake, trying to get by the defender, but good coverage there, and now he'll hand it to Osmus. Charlie Osmus, bounce pass to Weiner. Weiner just past the elbow, trying to get around his defender, picks up his dribble, wants to go inside. Charlie Osmus back outside to Daniel Milliman. Milliman trips, gives it to Weiner, near side corner. A.J. Austinson for three, it's good! A.J. Austinson for three. 16-13. Now, Brooks Johnson keeps chatting up the referee. I'm not real sure what he has an issue with, but I think they're going to say now Austin Weiner's going to get called for the foul. A little too much contact on that one. It'll be his second. And it'll be 2 shots here for Brody Carlson. Good for Carlson. Carlson's second one is up and will rattle home. Rolled off the front of the rim, then rolled around the rim and finally fell home. Full court press here put on by Duluth Marshall, but Pine City quickly breaks it. Oh, McDaniel's pass inside, stolen away by Carlson. Man, Pine City did such a good job to break the press. They had numbers. It was like 4-on-2. Just could not convert. McDaniel's pass was stolen. Brooks Johnson will get the rebound there off the missed shot, put it back in for 2. One thing Brooks Johnson does a really good job of is just being in good position. This ball over to Eli Fromm. Now McDaniel, far side elbow for 3. It's off the mark, and Eli Fromm races for that rebound with Brooks Johnson, but Brooks Johnson will get the rebound and pass it to Carlson, who drops it in for 2. Charlie Osmus will give it to McDaniel, far side. Now to Eli Fromm. Fromm to Austinson. Austinson gives it to Osmus. Top of the key. 3 to not enough, rather, is what I should say on that one. It's Brooks Johnson again with the rebound. Here's side here to Carlson. Carlson. Spin move. Gets by the defender. Now far side to Westerber for a long 2. And Osmus hustle play, getting the rebound. Trying to drive inside. Shot is up just off the mark. Johnson there for the rebound. Good job by Osmus, though, getting inside like that. And a charge call here on Brooks Johnson. He doesn't like it. It's the right call, though. That's his second. But Pine City's just doing a good job of when they know he's got the ball, they're just setting up inside and drawing the foul. They're doing a pretty good job, but Brooks Johnson is a hard man to stop once he gets inside. Looks like it will be a timeout for Pine City. It will be a 30-second timeout. They'll be left with 4. 22-13 is our score here on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with 3 locations, Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. Their board-certified orthodontists are committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Timeout over. Both teams get themselves back out onto the court. Coach Allen calling out the play to his team. Austinson brings it forward, gives it to Fromm, now to Sklozacek on the far side to McDaniel. McDaniel, shot fake, gives it to Austinson in the far side corner for a long 3. Shot is up, rebounded by Grant Sklozacek. Should be a foul call, and they'll. Oh no! That should be a foul. That should have been. That should have been a foul call. They were all over Sklozacek. I thought it was enough for a foul, but it was not. They're going to say they got enough of the ball to avoid the foul call. Charlie Osmus for 3 on that far side elbow is good. Charlie Osmus, you know, the last 2 games he hasn't gotten started like he would have liked. But man, if he can get going, good luck stopping him. He is so hard to stop. Nathan Eastie, I believe is how you say it, is in for the Hilltoppers. A 3 here from Josh Johnson is good. And the Dragons bring it back to their offensive side. Austinson, far side elbow for 3. That's good from Austinson. Austinson answers back with a 3 of his own. Hilltoppers have it. They give it to Josh Johnson. Now far side to Westerber. Inside here to Kettlehut. He'll take another 3. Why not? That one's going to be no good, though, and Eli Fromm's going to come up with the rebound. Austinson on that far side again, and they're going to get a moving screen here on McDaniel. Yeah, unfortunately, I saw that one coming. As he set the screen, he was kind of moving, and he didn't stop and set. So, unfortunately, that is an illegal screen. It will be his first, team's 5th. You know, Pine City early on did a pretty good job of not drawing too many fouls, not getting too many fouls, but here later in the first half, fouls are piling up a little bit. Can't really say they're piling up too much, but they are a little bit. Left alone, and Kettlehut drills it from 3. Can't do that. They decided to double Brooks Johnson, and that left Kettlehut wide open in the near side corner for 3. Austinson gives it near side McDaniel to Osmus now. Austinson will get it back. They'll go far side to McDaniel. He gives the pass fake now to McDaniel. Daniel trying to get around his defender. He can't seem to do so, and he tries to pass it to his teammate, but luckily enough, a Hilltopper got a hand on it as it went out of bounds, so it will stay with the Dragons. Ball decided to go behind the bleachers. Needed a vacation, apparently. Eli Fromm, they were going to get a substitution, but I don't think he got there in time. Grant Sklazacek will wind up taking a long three. It's no good, and Osmus is right there for the rebound. So they get a chance to reset the offense. This pass going to go towards Austinson. Oh. Unless they say Austinson got a hand on it, Marshall definitely touched it last. But again, they may have said Austinson touched it. I did get a hand on it. He was reaching for it. I thought he pulled back, but again, they're on the court a lot closer and a much better view of it. So this pass, great passing by Duluth Marshall. They went underneath here to Carlson. Shot missed, and Carlson got his own rebound. They're going to get this on Charlie Osmus, his first, team sixth. And now Carlson at the line for a chance for a three-point play. Carlson shot no good and rebounded by Austinson, so it'll only be two there for Carlson. Sawyer McDaniel trying to find a lane to the basket. It gets knocked out of his hands. Larson gets it back. Austinson top of the key for three. That's going to be long and rebounded by Easty. Brooks Johnson brings it forward. Guarded by Sklazacek. A step back two is, oh, you talk about a bounce that goes his way. That one did. That one went off the front of the rim and then wound up rolling home. 32-19. It really doesn't feel like that big of a deficit for Pine City as Charlie Osmus slicing to the basket. Great pass to him as he drops it in for two. 4 minutes to go, or just under 4 minutes, and Hilltoppers have it back with the 11-point lead over Pine City. Far side pass to Westerberg. Westerberg, no look pass to Carlson. Far side three is off the mark, and it's going to be swatted back out to Marcel. Driving inside, good little stutter step, but it is no good. And Samuel Johnson will get the rebound. He'll hand it to McDaniel now, who tosses it back to Austinson. A long three is good. A.J. Austinson once again. Austinson is heated up from long range, and he's just shooting them from where he wants to, really. Westerberg gets the pass now to Marcel. Marcel stutter step, lost the ball for a moment, drives inside, shot is good, but they draw the foul. Marcel is extremely displeased. He's going to have to be careful if he's not yelling at the refs, but last night we seen it where we had some players who were complaining about the calls, and the referee ultimately had to come back and say, hey, if we get any more complaints about calls, we're going to have to give a foul and a tech, I think they said. They're going to get this one on Austinson. It's going to be legal, I think a legal screen or moving screen or something like that. So we'll give it back to Duluth Marshall, but yeah, and again, he wasn't saying anything to the referee, but sooner than later, if that kind of stuff happens, they're going to have to start calling it. And now Jace Peterson draws the foul on himself, actually. Now, I don't know the difference. Again, not real sure if you're supposed to be in the half circle, out the half circle when you get the block call, but I thought that should have been a charge. Not called there. It was called on Jace Peterson. But Westerberg with his first free throw attempt, it is no good. Looks like we get a sub for Duluth Marshall. Westerberg good on the second. 1 of 2 there for him. Full court pressure being put on by Duluth Marshall. Pine City looking to break it. Ooh, they're only going backwards now. They'll get it up the court to Austinson. They've got 3-on-2. Austinson driving inside, lays it in for 2. Nice shot there by Austinson, recognizing he had numbers. He could have passed it back outside, but he realized, hey, I've got the edge on the defender. I'm going to take my chance at the basket, and he did a good job. They'll pass here to Carlson. Back outside Marcel at 3. Is going to be well off the mark, no good. He looks to his coach, says, yep, that was me. That was my bad. It shakes it off. It was kind of funny. He looked right at his coach and went, that's my bad. And this time they're going to get, again, a foul on the Dragons. They're going to get Larson now. I don't know about that one. I thought he was set there. I thought that should have been a charge call again, as did Kyle Allen. But I think he got that one to drop, too, so it's a possible 3-point play now for Marcel. This one's up and no good. Rebounded by McDaniel. Sawyer McDaniel trying to find somewhere to go with it. He lets the offense set up, gives it to Jace Peterson on the far side. He wanted to drive baseline, gives it over to Austinson. Austinson, he somehow reels it in. Now top the key to Jace Peterson. Peterson going to drive inside, puts up a shot. It's no good, but he drew the foul. We're going to get this one on Carlson. His first. It's only the Marshall's 5th team foul. Again, Pine City did a good job early on not getting fouls, but late here in the half, starting to pile up a little bit. Jace Peterson, first one, no good. Eli Fromm will check in for Sawyer McDaniel. McDaniel, second one no good as well. Eli Fromm going to get the rebound. Austinson, near side elbow. Oh, it was there, but no good. Rebounded by Marcel. Good looking shot from Austinson. Just an unkind bounce from the home rim, and that one is good for 3. I did not see who shot that. I think it might have been Brooks Johnson. It was. Austinson, we're going to get another moving screen here. This one on Grant Sklazacek. So that'll be his first. Team's now 10th. Any foul is going to be 2 shots for Marshall. And again, that's unfortunate because, man, Pine City, had only 3 fouls? And now they've piled up to 10. This pass will go back from Carlson to Westerber. Nearly got past him. Now driving inside. Marcel will drop it in for 2. Nice move there by him. All of a sudden, what was a 9-point deficit turns into 14 for Pine City. Jace Peterson trying to spin move inside. It's that one. And Brooks Johnson, he's looking saying, that probably should have been a foul on me. Oh, Brooks Johnson, he went inside, and after his teammate got the ball, he looked at his coach and went, that probably should have been called on me, but he didn't get the call. Brooks Johnson, an entertaining player to watch. Ladies and gentlemen, in this one. It was just kind of funny because it should have been a call on it. She should have got the foul, but he looks at his coach and goes, just say, yeah, I got away with one. That's you gotta love when teams are entertaining like that. Not just points wise, shooting wise, rebound wise, blocks, whatever it is, but just their emotion when they show that emotion. It's fun to watch. This shot going to be no good. Somehow, some way, Grant Larson is going to come up with the rebound, and he's going to put it back for 2. I don't know how, but he got it to drop. He got the rebound from Brooks Johnson. He just couldn't hold on to it. So Brooks Johnson is going to keep the ball away from Pine City so as to let his team take the last shot of the half. He'll dribble it out. Looks for a screen now. Gets the screen. A long 3. No good. Pine City still got a chance. 2, 1. Oh, it was there, but just off the mark. Long enough. But it will not fall. So at halftime, the Dragons trail the Hilltoppers 40-28 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible. Custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners, they'll leave you with a smile you'll embrace forever. And plus, they will do all the insurance heavy lifting for you. If you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget at embracemn.com. We'll take a commercial break. We'll be back to recap the first half of action here on WCMP.
Hey there, sportsman. Pro Shop in Pine City, and we have a Lee's Crazy Sale going on. It's time to gear up for hockey, basketball, wrestling, or volleyball equipment, as it is all 20% off. That's right, 20% off all your favorite hockey, basketball, wrestling, and volleyball equipment. Whether you're a beginner or a pro, Lee's Pro Shop has everything you need to take your game to the next level. So don't wait. Stop by Lee's Pro Shop today. Save big on your favorite sports equipment. Hurry in for Lee's Crazy Sale. Lee's Pro Shop, where the passion for sports begins.
Whoa! They've got what you need at the Pine City Freeway Holiday Station Store. Right now, the Pine City Holiday Station Store off 35 has got a quick meal on the go for you. $3 gets you a hot snack or hot dog, chips, and a Polar Pop. $4 for a breakfast sandwich, hash brown, and medium coffee. Or $5 gets you a personal pizza and a 20-ounce Pepsi. Get snacking. Open 24/7, 365. They've got what you need at the Freeway Holiday Station Store in Pine City.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Whoa! They've got what you need at the Pine City Freeway Holiday Station Store. Right now, load up on deals like Red Bull 8.4-ounce cans, 3 for $6.50. Frito-Lay varieties, buy one, get one free. Buy a fountain drink and get a Reese's King-Size candy bar for $2. And fill your propane tanks for $3.99 a gallon to get ready for hunting and frying that turkey. Open 24/7, 365. They've got what you need at the Freeway Holiday Station Store in Pine City.
Hey there, neighbors. Matt Winsand, CEO Burnett Dairy. Farmers are the people that wake up before the sun, who battle the elements, and tend to their crops and herds with a passion that runs deep in their veins. At this time, I would personally like to thank the farmers. From all of us at Burnett Dairy Cooperative to all of our incredible farmers, thank you. Burnett Dairy Cooperative. Real farms, real flavor.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you will embrace forever.
Back here on WCMP 106.5 FM AM 1350, the Dragons at halftime trail the Duluth Marshall Hilltoppers 40-28. Well, looking back, it really didn't feel like a 12-point deficit for Pine City. It definitely felt a lot closer, and at points Pine City looked like the much better team. But when you've got a young man for Duluth Marshall who is 6'6", it's hard to do anything inside against him, and that's kind of been the case here in this first half. He's got almost all of his points have come from inside the paint, except for a couple, and those couple have been phenomenal shots. But it is 40-28 here. Taking a look at some of our first half stats for the Duluth Marshall Hilltoppers, who lead 40-28. Leading the way for them was Brooks Johnson with 16, 7 for Ricardo Marcel, 6 for Brody Carlson, 5 for both Hank Kettlehut and Josh Johnson, and then 1 for Aiden Westerber. 7 rebounds to lead the team for Brooks Johnson. They had 2 steals. They went 6 of 9 from the charity stripe and had 5 team fouls. On the other side for Pine City, leading the way was A.J. Austinson, also with 16. Both Charlie Osmus and Grant Larson each had 5, and Jace Peterson had 2. Pretty evenly distributed on the rebounds throughout the team for all 11 guys. Well, actually 10 guys that they got in this first half. But Austin Wiener would lead the team with 4, and then Eli Fromm, Sam Johnson, and Jace Peterson each had 3, and then 2 and 1 distributed throughout the rest of the guys who got into that game in the first half. They had 3 steals. 2 of them came from Sawyer McDaniel. They went 0-2 from the free throw line. Again, had 10 team fouls in that first half. And again, early on, they did a really good job of not getting a ton of fouls. I think they had 3 up to the halfway mark of the first half. Then after that, they started to pile them on, unfortunately. Some of them you're okay with because they're hustle fouls. Other ones, Coach Kyle Allen's going to be looking at his team saying, hey, we cannot do that in this game. We cannot pile up the fouls like we have in previous games. We have to do better on not getting bad fouls. And I don't think all of them were bad, certainly, but there were some of them where they weren't. And now, again, I have to do my part in learning the game of basketball better and learning the fouls better. But there is something where you can draw the charge, but you have to be outside the half circle or inside the half. I don't remember. Again, my memory's terrible, so I apologize. But I just got to do a better job of learning the rules of basketball. But there were a couple times where you thought, man, Pine City's going to draw the charge here, and they technically do, but because they're not set up in the correct spot, it winds up being a blocking call on them, and that would send Duluth Marshall to the line to shoot 2. And again, Marshall only missed 3 of their free throws in that first half, 6 of 9. Now, obviously, Marshall's going to look back and say, hey, we should have made those. But for Pine City, that's 6 points on the board. You take 6 points off the board, this is an 8-point game for Pine City. And it even felt closer than that. I mean, again, there were stretches in this game where Pine City looked like they should be running away with this one, kind of like it is right now. It should be a 12-point difference for Pine City. But Pine City, again, it looked like they may have rushed a couple of their shots in that first half. But other than that, I thought offensively they actually shot the ball really well. Obviously, for head coach Kyle Allen, he's going to tell his team, hey, we got to shoot better, because if you're shooting well, you can always shoot better. And I think that's the thing for coaches and players. If you can get that in your mind, like, hey, look how good we're playing, but look how good we can play. Look how much better we can get. And I think that's always encouraging, because as a player, if you know you're shooting well, but you know you can shoot better, think about that. I mean, think about how much better it can look for Pine City. And I think they can. I think this can be quickly turned around for the Dragons in their favor. And they can, I think they really... Again, there were times in this first half where it was like, man, they look like the better team. I don't think either team looks necessarily better than the other. I think this is an evenly matched game, honestly. I think Marshall has a little bit more, I don't even want to say speed, but I think Brooks Johnson is one of their playmakers, and he is one of the guys that is an impact player. And he has definitely made his impact known here in this first half. You've got Marcel, who can shoot it from out wide. We've got a couple of their players who, based on the cheers from their sideline, it sounds like some of those guys don't normally hit from deep, but they have here in this one. So it'll be interesting to see what the Hilltoppers come out and do here in the second half. But for Pine City, defensively, I think you got to make sure that while you are guarding Brooks Johnson and make sure that you're taking care of him, that can't be the sole focus, because they have 4 other players on the court who can get it done from whether it's outside or inside. They have a lot of athleticism in all 5 positions there on the court. So Pine City's going to have to be aware of that defensively, and no matter what they're calling, if it's they're calling the double on Brooks Johnson, whatever it is, they're going to have to be well aware of where everyone else is and make sure they're getting to their spots in time and not fouling. I think that's going to be one of the biggest keys here in the second half for Pine City, is just making sure you're not fouling. And obviously that kind of takes away from how they play defense, because they play a physical style of defense, but got to make sure that you're not fouling as much and being careful. And I think if you can, again, try and draw more charges, you could get Brooks Johnson to get a few more. And to have him in foul trouble would be huge for this Marshall team. Not that it would be the be-all, end-all, or the end-all, be-all, that's how you say it. But it would go a long ways for Pine City to see him in foul trouble. But again, he is just a monster out there. Again, listed at 6'6" on the roster. Don't know how, again, sometimes high school rosters stretch him a little bit or so. I know they did that in football. It may not be the same for basketball. Maybe they're a little more truthful in basketball, but in football, it is for sure. Sometimes they stretch the truth a little bit. A guy who may or may not be, 6 foot, 170, they'll put him at 6'2", 200, But we're back getting ready for the start of the second half here in this one. Dragons will be going left to right on your radio dial. Marshall will be going right to left. And if you're a directions person, Pine City will be going west to east. Did that make sense? Yeah. We'll be starting west and going east, and Marshall will be going towards the west basket. I don't know if that made sense, but I tried. Pine City will start with the ball. Osmus will get set to inbound here to Austinson, and we're underway 18 minutes. Back up on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. Their team believes the results of a remarkable orthodontic experience should last a lifetime. As Wiener lost the ball, gets it back. He gives it to Milliman now. Milliman up past the perimeter. We'll hand it off to McDaniel. McDaniel trying to drive inside, bumping bodies, gives it outside to Austin Wiener for three. That's just off the mark. Oh, Charlie Osmus was there, just kind of mistimed his jump on the rebound, and instead it's going to be Brooks Johnson. That's one where if he didn't mistime his jump, he gets that one from Brooks Johnson. Marcel with it now, trying to pass back outside. Oh, inside, and Austin Wiener just turns around and grabs the steal. Up the court now, Sawyer McDaniel lays it in for two. Beautiful job by Pine City on that breakout pass, and then a nice job by Sawyer McDaniel to get back and get it. And now they'll go the other way. Shot's no good there, but Brooks Johnson there for the rebound, and the missed shot by Kettle Hut to put it back in for two. A.J. Austinson looking for a screen. Got it, but then the defender gets around. Wiener thought about three, instead he'll take it inside. I think they're going to get a travel call on Wiener. Wiener doesn't like it, but that is the correct call. He picked up his dribble and then kind of slid that foot, and unfortunately that will be a turnover. 42-30 is our score. Johnson will inbound here to Marcel on the near side. Marcel guarded by Austinson. Austinson has done a really good job. He's really improved as a defender. Marcel, good-looking moves, but this one is not going to fall, and Brooks Johnson stole that rebound away from Charlie Osmus and then puts it back for two on the fadeaway shot. Austinson will give it over to Wiener on that far side. Gives it now to Austinson. Austinson back, McDaniel. McDaniel, top of the key, driving inside, stop. Start again, no good on his shot. He'll get the rebound for himself. Back outside to A.J. Austinson on that far side elbow. Brooks Johnson's going to get the rebound. He's got a double-double for himself now. This pass over to Marcel, guarded by Austinson. Austinson using that DB turn to guard Marcel. He did a really good job. Brooks Johnson guarded well. That shot's going to be no good. Austin Wiener's there for the rebound. Austinson up the court with it. Behind the back. Tried to do something fancy, but and with that, I think Brooks Johnson got hit in the face. Maybe even the eye. Hopefully he's okay. But with that, we're going to take a commercial break.
If aches and pains are holding you back, Wellia Health is here to assist you. Our sports medicine team is dedicated to getting you back to your passions. With extensive experience and expertise, we specialize in managing concussions, a worry for both young athletes and adults. Whatever the injury, let's get you back in action with an appointment at Wellia Health. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or conveniently schedule through your MyChart account. Visit welliahealth.org for more information.
Arrowhead Transit, your community, your ride. Arrowhead Transit is proud to support this station and bring you reliable public transportation in your community. Whether you need to get to work, school, or the doctor's office, our friendly drivers and comfortable buses are here to serve you. We're committed to connecting communities and making transportation accessible for everyone. Arrowhead Transit is your community partner in getting around. Arrowhead Transit is a supporting sponsor of the station and is dedicated to supporting our local communities.
Well, it was Brooks Johnson who went down. I don't know if he got a finger in the eye or to the face, whatever it was. He was in some pain. He's able to get up and walk, but nonetheless in some serious pain, and we never want to see anybody get hurt. So I'm just hoping and praying that he's okay. Hopefully he can get back out into the game. It will be Marshall ball. Wiener will inbound, or excuse me, not Wiener. That is Marshall with the ball. Josh Johnson will inbound to Westerberg. Westerberg double team, gives it to Josh Johnson. He lost it. It's going to be stolen away by Sawyer McDaniel. They've got numbers up the court. Austin Wiener, double fake, then the shot is no good. Oh, man. Rebounded by Brody Carlson. Man, that's one where for Pine City. You gotta have it. A travel call here on Hank Kettlehut for Marshall. Grant Sklzacek will get set to inbound for Pine City. They're taking a look at Brooks Johnson down there. Again, just hope and pray that he's all right. I don't ever want to see anybody hurt. Into the game for the first time here tonight for Pine City is Tanner Fix. Tanner Fix is going to take a three. It's no good. Grant Larson comes up with the rebound. And then this pass over to Fix is through a couple of Marshall hands, and it winds up out of bounds. Jace Peterson will check in for Sawyer McDaniel. Pine City still holds on to it. 44-30 with 15 minutes to go here in the second half. Fix will give it to Sklzacek. Sklzacek to Peterson. Peterson pausing. Give it to Wiener. Now on the far side to Grant Sklzacek for three. That is off the mark. Marcel is going to get the rebound. All right, Larson set up inside. And Marcel maybe got away with a little bit of a travel there as he went around the defender. But he does drop it in. I only say that because with that back leg, I think he was close. Pine City has it back in their offensive zone. Wiener trying to drive inside, trying to bully his way inside, off the glass, and wow, just the home rim is just not being kind to the Dragons here this afternoon. That's rude. Josh Johnson fakes the give to Westerberg, takes it himself, driving inside, and that's a good-looking shot. And for Pine City, they got to tighten up here defensively, allowing too many freebies. Chase Peterson will give it to Tanner Fix. He gets a screen now from Peterson, gives it back to Peterson. Peterson wide open to Sklzacek underneath the basket, who will drop it in for two. And now maybe this will spark something for Pine City, as they have been outscored so far 8-2. Well, now 8-4. May not seem like a lot, but that run was a little bit rough for Pine City. Marcel will take it from three. That's off the mark. But right there for the rebound is Kettlehut, and he drops it back in for two. And a timeout called here by Pine City. This feels like they just kind of need to regroup. Just kind of need to get themselves back into it. It seems like there's a little bit of doubt that has crept in here for their team. They just need to get things going back their way. They trail 50-32. And while they take a timeout, we will as well. You're listening to Boys Basketball here on WCMP.
Your local radio here for Minnesota Vikings football is WCMP.
Breaks another at the 30, and he's loose!
Your favorite hometown team with your favorite player.
Caught by Jefferson!
Don't miss the hits, the action.
Touchdown Vikings!
Catch the excitement all season long.
And he caught it!
Minnesota Vikings football is on Cool Country 100.9 WCMP.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare, information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Go online to pine.edu for more information. Pine Technical and Community College, connect with success.
Back here on Anthem Country, WCMP. The Dragons get the ball inbounded after the timeout. Osmus thought about three, then was left alone. That one's going to be left short. But McDaniel is there for the rebound, trying to get through contact. Got his own rebound again. This time he won't be able to. Twice he got his own rebound, and then it was rebounded by Marcel. They'll take it forward and put back in for two by Josh Johnson. 52-32, now a 20-point deficit here for Pine City. Charlie Osmus tries to get the tough throw inside of McDaniel, but then it's going to be stolen away here by Westerberg. He takes a shot from just inside the paint and drops it in for two. And all of a sudden, Marshall is just opening the floodgates. Austinson trying to get around Josh Johnson. Lobs it to Eli Fromm. That's going to be a foul. Carlson lets Fromm know that, hey, it's a good play. My bad. So that is Carlson's second, team's first. We've only got one foul so far here in the second half. Nice to see. Ossenson gets around one defender and gets to the basket, drops it in for 2. Marcel will get the ball back and now gives it over to Westerber on the far side to Kettlehut. Kettlehut double teamed. They're going to find a way to get it. Josh Johnson, near side corner here for Carlson for 3, just off the mark. And Sawyer McDaniel will pull in the rebound. Gets past one defender, gets past another, drives to the basket, drops it in for 2. That is why you like McDaniel inside like that. He's got those long arms, and when he looks outside like that, he's still got a chance. Marcel takes it inside, jump back, step back jumper is what it's called, and then it's no good. Rebounded here by Ossenson, who will take it to the basket. Tried the McDaniel move, but could not get it to fall. It was rebounded by Josh Johnson. He almost got it to fall, but maybe could have taken one more step inside and probably would have had it. This passes to Carlson. Carlson for 2. Oh, not going to get the roll. Looked like he was going to, and then it pops out. Carlson, he watched it. It bounced out, looked like it was not going to go in. Then it bounced, looked like it was going to go in, so he started to go back on defense, and then it went out. This shot no good, rebounded by McDaniel. He'll give it off far side for Ossenson, who's good from 3. 54-39, so Pine City starting to shut the floodgates now. This is going to be a kickball here by McDaniel. We'll keep it with Duluth Marshall. Grant Larson and Sklazanchik, along with, looks like Austin Wiener will check in for Milliman, Osmus, and Fromm. 54-39, Dragons trail with 10:38 to go. Brooks Johnson is back in the game. That's what we like to see. Glad that he's back and he's not real hurt. Josh Johnson will give it back. Marcel has it. Far side elbow, no good. Rebounded by Brooks Johnson. And the layup, no good by him. Rebounded by the Dragons, Kozacek. Sawyer McDaniel, they're going to get him for a travel. Yeah, as he went inside. Daniel did not realize they called the travel on him, and then he turned around and went, "Oh, you got to be kidding me." Gave a little scream as if to say, "Really?" But it was all in good fun. Now the inbound pass for the Hilltoppers zigged when the receiver zagged, and the Dragons get it back. So Sawyer McDaniel is going to turn around jumper for 3 in the near side corner, and he gets that one to fall. Good-looking shot, and it's 54-42, 10 minutes to go in the game. On that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, 3 locations, Pine City, Midstream, and Cambridge. Their board-certified orthodontists are committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Brooks Johnson inside. Oh, my goodness, what a move by Brooks Johnson inside. Little bunny hop to get free. 56-42. Ossenson brings it up the court, now gives it off to Sklazanchik. Wiener for 3. No good, off the front of the rim. Josh Johnson will come down with the rebound. Good-looking rebound, too. Brooks Johnson will take it the other way and drops it in for 2. Ossenson, who brings it up the court, will give it to McDaniel on the far side. And, oh, nice spin on that ball to get that to fall into the basket, 58-44. Marshall will bring it up the court with Josh Johnson. He gives it back to Marcel. Marcel gets one defender to miss, and then dumps it underneath to Carlson, and Marcel probably should have taken that himself. He even says, he's like, yeah, I probably should have taken that myself. Instead, tried to give it off, tried to be a good teammate, and unfortunately the shot does not fall, and now McDaniel, that will go off his foot and out of bounds. It will go back to Duluth Marshall. Larson and Ossenson will catch a break, Fix and Milliman in, and I think we're going to get one more. It looks like Jace Peterson will check in for McDaniel. 58-44, 8:52 to go. Brooks Johnson will inbound here to Westerber. Guarded by Larson. Westerber lost it on the spin move, and it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Larson, but Great defense there by Larson to force Westerberg to lose that one and hustled after it. Inbound here to Carlson, to Brooks Johnson. Nice looking shot, but oh my goodness, it will roll out and rebounded here by Tanner Fix. Fix gives it near side to Grant Larson. Larson thought about driving in, then picks up his dribble, gives it to Milliman, who lost it through his hands. Milliman, he'll take it to the near side, picks up his dribble, gives it to Fix. Fix, a long-looking three, left-handed three. Oh, it's just off the mark. Oh, and it took a nasty bounce. Pine City was going to get the rebound, but winds up in the hands of Westerberg. Westerberg, again, guarded by Larson. Larson last time forced him to lose it. They'll try to get it inside here to Brooks Johnson, and it will be... Oh, somehow the Dragons kept it out of bounds, and Marshall comes up with it. Carlson now on the near side elbow, gives it back outside to Easty. Now to Carlson, near side corner for Marcel. That's good from three. Larson on the far side will start with it. Looking, gives it to Wiener. Wiener on that far side elbow. Had it poked out by Brooks Johnson. So it is Dragon ball. Larson on that far sideline will inbound. Inbound to Wiener. Wiener directing traffic, goes to Peterson on the far side corner. Oh, and tried to give it off to Fix, but I think that may have slipped out of his hands. As that one, he was looking for his teammate in the near side corner, and that one went well out of bounds. So now Marcel will bring it up the court, just uses that speed to get by and gives it off. Nice job there by Marcel, giving it off to Easty, who drops it in for two, 63-44. And now again, Marshall has started to pull away a little bit, 7:16 to go, but there's plenty of time. Pine City can easily make the comeback. Larson inside, gives it outside. Austin Wiener for three. It's good. It rattles home, but it's good nonetheless. Whether it rattles home, whether it's smooth through, as long as it goes through, that's all that matters. 47 points now for Pine City, but they still trail as Duluth Marshall holds 63 on the board. Carlson inside, pass back outside to Easty for three. It's going to come up short and rebounded there, well, by Larson for a moment. And they're going to get a foul here on Duluth Marshall. They're going to get this one on the young man who checks in for the first time here this afternoon. That's number 24, Junior Lucero. His first. And the Dragons bring it back up. Austinson back into the game. He has it, gives it near side to McDaniel. McDaniel gives it back to Fromm. Fromm, head fake, then gives it to Larson. Oh, he wanted to go inside to McDaniel. Austinson was even cutting underneath the basket. McDaniel didn't realize it. Larson kind of looking at McDaniel saying, hey, I thought that was supposed to be you. So I'm not sure if that was miscommunication or Larson had the wrong play. Not real sure, but that's one where, man, they're going to wish they had back, because even if it wasn't the play call, McDaniel was open underneath the basket and would have had an easy layup. Doesn't mean he would have had it, but based on how he's played tonight, he probably would have. Oh, my goodness. Milliman absolutely stole it away from Brooks Johnson inside. Good-looking pass. Oh, somehow that stayed in bounds. That looked like it was going to go out of bounds, but Junior Lucero was going to come up with the steal. That had all the markings of going out of bounds. But, man, it stayed in bounds for Duluth Marshall to wind up with the steal. We get a timeout called here by the Hilltoppers. Going to get 30, so 6:05 to go. On that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team over there at Embrace wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners. They'll also leave you with smile you'll embrace forever. Stay tuned, because over on 95.5 FM KBEK at around that 5 p.m. mark, we'll be over in Mora as the Mustangs will host West Lutheran in that boys basketball game. So, yeah, we got more coming your way. And we've got even more coming your way next week. As I mentioned, the Dragons will be down at Target Center on Friday to play Lakes International Language Academy, who's also the Dragons. So Marcel to inbound. He'll give it far side there to Easty. Guarded by Austinson. Austinson does not give him that edge. And pass back to Brooks Johnson for three. A line drive shot, no good. Austinson comes up with the rebound. Austinson Picks it up, gives it to McDaniel. Head fake, driving in, now inside the paint. Tries to get that shot up, and Brooks Johnson frustrated with himself there, but that is a foul, and I believe that goes on him. It does. It's his third, but, picked up 2 in the first half, but that's only his third, so he's played a really clean second half. McDaniel's first one is good. That is the first free throw they've made here this evening. Again, a clean half for Pine City. They have 0 fouls in this second half, 3 for Duluth Marshall. It's been a clean half all around, really. 5:46 to go. McDaniel's second one is good as well. Eli Fromm up the court with Marcel. Not allowing Marcel the open lane, spin move, but Eli Fromm still guarding, and Eli Fromm's going to wind up with the rebound off the Marcel miss. And this pass to Milliman. Fromm, that one just got out in front of Milliman, and unfortunately there for Milliman, that one, he might have had a chance at getting 2 on the board. Brooks Johnson will inbound here to Marcel. Marcel gets a screen, gives it over to Josh Johnson, brings it up. Goes over on the far side to Lucero. Inside Brooks Johnson. Spin around jumper. Shot no good. And Milliman will grab the rebound. He'll quickly give it to Grant Larson. Larson spin move to get around the defender, but gives it back to Austinson for 3. That is good from A.J. Austinson. 63-52. I told you there was plenty of time for Pine City to come back. Marcel, good looking pass. That shot's no good. Brooks Johnson will come up with it. A little too strong on that one. Tries to tip it back. He got 2 rebounds before. Yeah, it's no surprise that he got that one back, though. I mean, he's the tallest player on the court, and just a great job there. And then A.J. Austinson driving inside. Great job to get that one to fall. Pass inside to Marcel from Eastie, and Marcel will drop it in for 2. 67-54. Austinson trying to get around 2 defenders, gives it to McDaniel. Oh, his arm was hit. No call, though. And Brooks Johnson, no surprise, he got the rebound. I don't laugh because he got the rebound. I just laugh because, he's just so tall. As a short guy, it's not fair. He misses, gets the rebound swatted out to him, and then he gets the charge call. He's not pleased with the call, but I think it is the right call that time. So it is his 4th. I can't imagine he'll take a break. I'm going to assume they're going to let him play. The Marshall head coach doesn't like it, but that is the correct call. A.J. Austinson will bring it up the court for Pine City, gives it to Wiener. Head fake. Now gives it to Sklzacek. Sklzacek, he'll look for Osmus. Osmus on the far side. Went inside to Austin Wiener. He's trying to bully his way through Johnson. His shot no good. Gets his own rebound. Stuffs it back for 2. A deep pass here to Josh Johnson. And that one falls in for 2. Good awareness there by Brooks Johnson to realize he had Josh Johnson wide open. Again, I don't know if they're related, but one would assume. But again, that's why you don't assume. Austin Wiener gets that one by Brooks Johnson, and it was tipped, knocked away, and Brooks Johnson, to keep it alive, will throw it off the defender. So the Hilltoppers hold on to it. 59-69 is the score. 3 minutes to go. There's still plenty of time here in this one, but Pine City needs to have a few less empty possessions. This ball is up for grabs. Marcel had it. That's a travel. It will be Pine City ball. So travel call as Marshall got that one back. He slid, and again, Marshall head coach not too happy about it, but I thought it was the right call, and Brooks Johnson will get the rebound. Wiener almost was called for the foul there, but he did a good job pull back and not get the foul call. So Hilltoppers have it back. Josh Johnson looking. He'll put it up over the defender. It's no good. Brooks Johnson is there for the rebound, and he'll draw the foul. So Johnson will be at the line to shoot 2. This one is going to go against McDaniel, his second. Team's first of the second half. Brooks Johnson, first one, no good. Johnson's second one, good. 70-56, Pine City trails by 14 again with 2.5 to go again. There's still time. Austin Wiener will get the pass. Now he wants to bully his way inside over Brooks Johnson. It's no good. Again, a block there by Brooks Johnson. And he'll give it up the court to Westerber. Westerber looking. Nearly had it stolen away by McDaniel. And going to get a foul call on Pine City. McDaniel. That'll be his third. Team's second. Inbound here. Marcel underneath basket calling for the ball. Gets the reverse layup, and it won't fall. Austinson grabs the rebound. Quickly up the court. Wiener trailing. Wiener's going to be left open from 3. Oh, just can't get it to fall. Osmus, though, will get the rebound. McDaniel for 3. That's good. 70-59. There is still all the time in the world for Pine City to try and get this back. Marcel with it. Obviously now Marshall's just going to try and drain some clock. They'll give it back outside Josh Johnson, back outside to Kettle Hut. Now back to Josh Johnson for 3. It's no good. That's knocked out of bounds by Brooks Johnson. And he just did all he could there to try and get it back for his team, but Austin Wiener had position on him, so he just tried to go over him and slap it out. And I mean, you're at least going to make Austin Wiener think about it, but nice job as McDaniel. Oh my goodness, how was that not a foul? Maybe even goaltending. It should have been called. They didn't get it called. Should have been one of the two. Oh, and they're going to get Austin Wiener. Yeah, he bumped him a little too much there. Josh Johnson and Wiener were playing against each other that time, and as Josh Johnson got the advantage, Wiener bumped him a little too much on that one, and he'll get the call for the foul. It'll be his third, team's third. Yeah, they missed either a goaltending or a foul here, because McDaniel clearly got his arm hit by Brooks Johnson, and then somebody hit the backboard. So, but this shot is no good here by Josh Johnson on the first free throw attempt, but with 2, he gets another one. This one is good. Marshall's done a really good job, though. If they miss a free throw and they have 2 opportunities, they'll make the second one. Austinson will put up a shot. It's no good. And wait, 32? I think they're going to say 42, which would be Josh Johnson's first. So after the shot is the call. It will not be 3 free throws for A.J. Austinson. 1 minute to go. Still plenty of time here for Pine City. Sawyer McDaniel gets it, and now will hand it to Wiener. Wiener's going to try and get his way inside on Brooks Johnson, and Brooks Johnson just fouled out. So he'll foul out. Pine City now trailing by 10. It's Austin Wiener at the line. So plenty of time for Pine City to get back into this one. That one's good. 3-point play for Austin Wiener. Now only a 9-point game. Dragons right there with a chance. Looks like we'll get a timeout call here by Pine City. I believe they called possibly a full one, full 60. Either way, it is a timeout, Pine City. 1:02 to go on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. They'll do all the insurance heavy lifting for you. If you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget at embracemn.com. Here in this one, it has been a very fun matchup back and forth between these two teams. It's been fun to watch, but Pine City has given themselves a chance here with about a minute to go. Brooks Johnson fouled out of the game. That is going to be huge. The Dragons will get back out onto the court. Duluth Marshall will follow quickly behind. So Marshall will inbound here. Pretty physical there from Sklzacek. That ball was knocked out of bounds. Marcel. I thought that, it's been close all night, but that's one where I'm going to say, Duluth Marshall's coach has a point. That one, I think, was knocked out by Pine City. I think that should be probably Marshall ball. That one no good. Rebounded by Wiener. How is that not a foul? Wiener again got contacted. They were letting him battle underneath. We're going to put 20 seconds back up on that shot clock, and we're good to go. Austinson will look to inbound. He's got 5 seconds. He'll go top the key to Grant Sklzacek, who fell, and he'll get it over to McDaniel. Now inside to Wiener. Over to Austinson. Double team to Wiener now for three. It's good! Austin Wiener for three. 6-point game. Double team now, and get a foul here on Austinson. Oh, what? They got it on Wiener. What? Interesting. Well, either way, it's a 6-point game. Pine City, now the tough part for Pine City is, unfortunately, they're only at 4 fouls with 22 seconds to go. So if they're going to try and foul and send them to the line, they've got 3 more to do, which is super unfortunate. They'll start in the backcourt, and Austinson will, he wrapped around. That is a foul. They'll get him for it. It'll be his second. But that only takes 1 second off the clock here. Again, Pine City needs 2 more if they want to send Marshall to the line. 21 seconds each. Passing second is a precious one that, Pine City. And going to get a foul here on Austinson. They're trying to get that jump ball call, but Austinson, he wrapped around him before getting to that ball, and that's going to be a foul. As much as the fans and the bench want to encourage the referees that it may not be. And Marshall doing a good job of just passing this one around and get a lot of time taken off there, but this foul is going to go against Grant Larson. And it will be Carlson at the line to shoot a 1-and-1. 4 in, 4 out for Pine City. Wiener, McDaniel, Larson, and Osmus are in. 12 seconds to go. Again, you get a 3 for Pine City. That's all they need. This one good by Carlson. So that will help the Hilltoppers' cause here, as now it makes it a 3-possession game. And Carlson good on the second one. So a 3-possession game, that could have just done it for Pine City. They'll inbound here to Austin Wiener. Austinson will take it forward. And nice little move to get inside. Shot is up and good. That's Austin who drops it back in. And we're back to a 6-point game, 73-67. Very good game here in our first game of the afternoon. The Dragons trailing by 6 to the Hilltoppers. Meanwhile, in that Army-Navy game, I forgot that was happening today. Shoot. Navy leads Army 7-0. Army's won the last, 2-3 years? But Army trailing now 7-0. 30-second timeout for Pine City. Back out. We got 7 seconds to go. And again, for Pine City, they do have those 7 fouls. But Duluth Marshall did a good job last time to pass that ball around and drain a ton of time. They'll try to do so here. And, what is Pine City doing? They got a foul. Oh, that's it. That is game. It won't matter. Yeah, they're going to call it final. So it won't matter due to the last foul that came with, 0.1 seconds left. But that is going to do it. What a game here between these two teams. Pine City does fall to the Hilltoppers 73-67. And a good game from both of these teams. It was an entertaining one, back to front to back, start to finish. But Pine City does fall to the Hilltoppers by 6. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back after word from our fine sponsors. Then we'll have our A&W Player of the Game and our interview with Coach Allen after our
Brad here
sponsors.
from Lee's Pro Shop in Pine City. We're a full-service lettering shop with a full line of athletic supplies for any sport. We have professional staff here at Lee's Pro Shop to customize your orders. We are the pros who specialize in athletic apparel and equipment. We even do trophies and awards as well as computerized engraving in the store. Let Lee's Pro Shop help you with any athletic apparel. Lee's Pro Shop, servicing our communities since 1973, where the passion for sports begins.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
Whoa! They've got what you need at the Pine City Freeway Holiday Station Store. Right now, load up on deals like Heggy's Pizza, 2 for $16 with a new breakfast pizza available. Starbucks Frappuccinos are 2 for $7. Buy a fountain drink and get a Reese's King Size for only $2. And fill your propane tanks for $3.99 a gallon. Get ready for hunting and frying that turkey 24/7, 365. They've got what you need at the Freeway Holiday Station Store in Pine City.
Back here on Anthem Country 106.5 FM, we're now joined by our A&W Player of the Game, that is Grant Sklizacek. First of all, Grant, this was a tough one here, but you guys battled throughout. How do you feel about your team after that type of game?
I feel as a team that we just pushed till the end. Never backed down. Scoreboard was, we were down by 20 at one point, clawed all the way back to 6-5, and fought all the way.
And this team has grown since the beginning of the season and last year. As a team, how do you feel that you guys have grown since even just the beginning of the season?
Well, we see tremendous growth. As last year we played them, lost by 10, 20. This year, 6. We feel like we have more chemistry this year. Yeah.
And what does a game like this teach you, maybe just about the team or just even as individuals? What do you feel like you learn from this game?
Learn that no matter what the scoreboard says, we can keep fighting and things will happen.
And you got to be encouraged about your guys' ability to be able to come back from that deficit and make it a close game here at the end.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Grant, thank you so much for joining me. Congrats on being the AW Player of the Game, and good luck going forward.
Thank you.
That again was our A&W player of the game, Grant Sklazacik. And Coach, this one, it was a battle right from the get-go, but your guys stuck with it. We heard from Grant, didn't matter about that scoreboard. You guys were down by double digits there even halfway through this second half. They battled back. Just talk about what you saw from your team here this afternoon.
Yeah, we asked Daniel Milliman and Grant Sklazacik to take on a big task today. Brooks Johnson is obviously a Division II full ride commit to UMD. He's a heck of a ball player, and so we asked them to go toe to toe with him tonight, and I thought they did a nice job in terms of their effort, which you have to have in that kind of position. Again, it's third game in the week. This is an early grind, and we just made too many mental errors tonight to be able to be successful on the scoreboard. And again, you love growth, you love the theory of growth, and we want to be able to push this group to their highest potential. We got to find a way to be able to take away those mental errors in the process.
And looking at the first half, you guys trailed by 10 after the first half, but it never really felt like it was more lopsided than that. It always felt like you guys were right there within scoring, spitting distance of that lead. Just talk about your team's resiliency and being able to not worry about the scoreboard, because I think teams sometimes can have a tendency to look at that, but instead focusing on what's at hand, going back, doing what they need to get back into this game.
Yeah, we know that for us to be successful in the wins and losses, we have to execute the concepts and execute the game plan. And so when we're able to do that, we're seeing a lot of success. And when we're unable to do that, we're obviously seeing the opposite. And that's in rotations, that's in spurts, that's in everything we do. So again, being able to get that basketball savvy and that basketball IQ up to be able to execute multiple game plans within a system of what we're trying to do is really important. Putting all 5 guys on the court on the same page to be executed together.
And you talk about some of those mental errors, the mistakes that led to Marshall getting a little bit more of a lead here in this game. What are some of the ways that they can look at fixing those? Is it practice? Is it just more in game?
If we knew the answer to that, we would be millionaires. We'd be writing books. You and I would be going on tour. People would be calling us from all over to come and work with their programs. It's one of those things. You have to remember that you're dealing with high school athletes, and you're throwing a lot on their plates. And we're doing film work, we're doing game prep, we're doing scouting reports. We look at previous games, we look at post games, we look at next games. Again, we pride ourselves on what we do and our prep work that we do, and it's a lot. And so we invite, and we have the junior varsity guys working on it so that it's not a shock when it's their turn to be up in the rotation, that they're prepping as well. It's a continual motion of learning how to be a basketball mind and being able to execute. And this is why we keep our principles consistent, so that the terminologies go across lines, and we are hopefully able to communicate more clearly with one another.
For sure. And in a game like this, how encouraged you have to be going forward with your team's ability, again, just to battle back. I know this team, it's the third game of the week. Each and every single game has been physical. It has been fast. But your guys, you got to be encouraged about this team going forward, knowing they put on a performance like this, especially after 2 physical conference games.
Yeah, and the hope is that our depth is going to be our strength. We need player number 10, 11, and 12, 13, 14, and 15 to be able to be ready to go at a moment's instance, and be able to enter the game, know what their puzzle piece is, know how they fit into who's on the floor, what the game plan is, and what the rotation is. And being able to have that ace in your pocket is huge. As a coach, the deeper I can go, the more confident I am in the entirety of the process.
Absolutely, and you'll have a week of games coming up here next week, but we'll let you go and get prepared for that. And, Coach, we thank you for joining us, and good luck next week.
Appreciate it. Next week we have Moose Lake, Willow River coming, and then not that we like to look ahead, but next Friday we travel to the Target Center to take on Leela, and those tickets are available on our blog. It's about as good of a deal as you're going to get. You get a ticket to our game at the Target Center, and you get a ticket to a future Timberwolves game. I believe it's $35 a ticket. And again, those tickets, the information on how to buy them is on our basketball blog and website. And then you would buy your ticket through the Timberwolves. But it's a great opportunity to come see us play in an awesome venue and get a future Timberwolves game with it.
Absolutely. Well, we'll make sure to have everybody go and check that out, and be sure to head on down to the Target Center. Coach, thanks so much for joining me, and again, good luck next week.
Appreciate all you guys do. Thank you.
And again, was head coach Kyle Allen. Appreciate him for joining us in the post game. And yes, don't forget, tune in next Friday. We'll be out at the Target Center for that game, as they will take on Lakes International Language Academy for that one, and it should be a good one. Should be a ton of fun down there. And this was unfortunately a loss for Pine City, but there's a lot of things that are really encouraging for this team going forward. Their ability to fight back in this one, almost scoring 40 points in the second half to Marshall's 33. So when you look at it that way, Pine City outscored Marshall 39 to 33 here in the second half. Unfortunately, it's not a game of one halves. It's two halves, but they have to be really encouraged because, again, it never looked out of hand for Pine City. Even when Marshall was leading by 20 points, Pine City fought back, and you heard our player, the A&W player of the game, Grant Sklazacek, talk about it, where they didn't look at the scoreboard. They didn't worry about the scoreboard. They just went, battled back, battled hard, fought back, and got within 6 of that lead here at the end. Unfortunately, I think it was more or less of the clock running out on them than it was they weren't going to make the comeback. I think they definitely were, but again, I think it was just more or less they just didn't have the time, and it was such a good game to see Pine City. They will drop their 3rd in a row, but let me tell you what, they won't be dropping too many more in a row if they continue to play like this. Taking a look at our stats after the game. Leading the way was Brooks Johnson. I did not do the stats for him, but he had well over 20, maybe even 30. Let's count them out: 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 27 points for the Duluth Marshall Hilltoppers in the game. And then Ricardo Marcel had 14 here in the game, 11 for Josh Johnson. And then a few more scattered throughout for the rest of the team as well. Of course, Brooks Johnson led them in rebounds. He had 7 in the first half, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 to finish up the game. And you heard he's a D2 full ride commit to UMD, and he's going to be a well fit up there. In the second half, they made 4 free throw attempts out of a possible 6, so they'll finish the game 10 of 15. They also, in this second half, had 6 fouls for a total of 11. On the other side for Pine City, leading the way for them was A.J. Ostinson with 28, 14 for Sawyer McDaniel, 11 for Austin Wiener, 5 for both Charlie Ostis and Grant Larson, and then 2 for Grant Sklazacek and Jace Peterson. Then rebound-wise, they were led by Austin Wiener with 8, 7 for McDaniel, 6 for Ostinson, 4 for Eli Fromm. Steals, they had 6 of them, 3 in each half. They were 3 of 5 from the free throw line and had 17 total team fouls. Again, just a really good game for Pine City. Although they didn't win it, what a fight they gave. Now, again, Marshall's a little bit of a bigger school than Pine City, and they don't have a football program, so they don't have guys who are worried about playing fall sport and then a winter sport, which isn't a bad thing. I think more or less nowadays that there's more athletes playing 2-3 sports than there are not, and I think coaches see that as a good thing, which it is. But what I meant by that is I think college coaches see that as a good thing as well. So, but again, Pine City, what a game here this afternoon. It was a lot of fun to be a part of. I was happy to be a part of it, and it was a tough loss. But, again, if they can continue to play like this throughout the rest of the regular season, they're going to win a lot more games, and they're going to be playing maybe for a chance at a conference crown again. But this conference is just insanely loaded. I can't describe to you how loaded it is without just gasping myself, because it is so ridiculous. You got Mora, who's back. It looked like to be the favorites, but then you've also got a bunch of other teams in there. Bram needs to be considered. You've got Crosby Ironton, who's there. Hasn't had the start to the season they would have hoped, but they're still there and got to be considered. You've got Mora again. You've got Pine City. You got all these different teams. East Central's also there, so it's going to be a race, quite literally, to the conference crown this year between all these teams, and I'll be interested to see who's going to win that race to the crown. But again, the final here in this one, Pine City falls to Duluth Marshall, 73-67. Don't forget, tune in here in about an hour or so. We'll be over at Mora High School as they host West Lutheran in that boys basketball game on KBK at 5 p.m. Tune in for that. If you're watching this game on our YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube page. That way you'll be notified anytime we go live with a local sporting event. So what you do, click that red subscribe button on the YouTube, and then you'll get notifications every time we go live with a local sporting event. And all you have to do is click on the notification, and we'll take you right to the live video. Another great way to stay up to date with all things local sports is our morning shows on 95.5 FM with Rockin' Robin Riley at 7:30 and 8:30. Then over on 100.9 FM with Joshua Miron at 7:45 and 8:45 for all things local sports. We'll talk this game, other games in our local listening area, plus regional and national sports as well. Also, stay tuned to our websites, WCMPradio.com, KBK.com. That sports tab has the broadcast schedule underneath it. Click on that, and it will show you the games that we'll have covering this week, or the week that is. Again, those games are subject to change, so just stay tuned to that sometimes. Of course, then also you can stay tuned to our social medias, our Facebook page for both stations, our Instagrams for both stations, and our Twitter at WCMP Radio for all things local sports. We'll have interviews, game recaps, articles that from games we've been at, coaching interviews, as I mentioned, but also player interviews. We'll also have breaking sports news, whether it's LOI signings, broken records, coaches, retiring coaches coming in, all those things and more on all of our social medias. Once again, I want to thank so much for tuning in here this afternoon. If you're driving, please drive safe. I know those roads are getting icy. So the Dragons fall to Duluth Marshall 73-67. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks to all of our fine sponsors. And remember, be kind to everyone. You never know what someone is going through, and your kindness could truly make their day. For WCMP, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Tune in an hour to 95.5 MKBK for Mora versus West Lutheran. Until then, thank you so much for tuning in, and have a great rest of your night. Of your night.